Google is making some absolutely massive updates to pretty much all of their like workspace kind of tools, Google Docs, Google Sheets, and not necessarily to those tools, but integrating all of them with a new cool tool called Duet AI, which you may have seen. Some people have used it before. Essentially, it's kind of like an AI assistant, but they are integrating this in some really incredible ways. So today on the podcast, we're going to be talking about all of the new integrations of Duet AI, and all the different use cases I can envision myself literally using this for every single day, and I'm so excited to start making my life easier. So let's jump into it. Welcome to the AI Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Jaden Schaefer. Make sure that you go to aibox.ai, link in the show notes, to join the waitlist for our new AI platform. We're going to be launching an incredible platform that allows you to build anything you want with workflows in AI. So you're able to chain together ChatGPT and image generators and audio generators to make really powerful apps for your organization, or you can host them on our marketplace and actually generate royalties from them. So make sure to go to aibox.ai and join the waitlist. In addition, if you like the podcast, if you could do me a massive favor and please leave us a review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast. This helps me be able to get better guests on here as they check the reviews to see how you guys are liking it. So if you could please do that, I would really, really appreciate it. Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast? I record and publish podcasts on a platform called Spotify for Podcasters, and I absolutely love it. Essentially, you can upload from your phone or computer, and it distributes to every platform that plays podcasts. They support video podcasts, and you can make money on the platform with ads or even podcast subscriptions, something that has made my life so much easier as a podcaster. So if you're interested, I highly recommend you give it a try. You can download the Spotify for Podcast app or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started on your podcast today. All of the announcements we're going to be talking about today were announced at the Google Cloud Next event. And the service, which has been under really rigorous testing with thousands of companies, is slating to have a range of new capabilities. And this is, of course, Duet AI. So interested customers can even access a no-cost trial to test out how this tool works, which is really cool from Google. So I think one of the standout features of Duet AI is its ability to act as a comprehensive meeting assistant. So it can not only take notes during a meeting, but also send out a recap. Boom, I think it just killed a whole bunch of startups that were doing similar stuff. And it's doing this essentially to help keep everyone on the same page. So the assistant even has a take notes for me feature where it essentially captures notes, action items, and video snippets in real time, and then provides a summary to the meeting participants. This is really cool. This is something that Google has the power to do that very few people actually do without doing some really crazy integrations and workarounds. Because essentially Google has access to this entire workspace platform, right? They have Google Meets for your video. They have Google Sheets for your, for your calculations. They have Google Slides for your presentations. They have Google Docs for your Word documents. And having access to all of those, including Gmail, they can essentially work all of those things together, and you can do some really powerful things. So one example I saw was essentially there was like a meeting, and they're like, hey, provide me a recap on all of the, like, everything that was said in the meeting. They gave him a recap on the meeting. They're like, give me like all the takeaways about the data that they brought up. It gave them bullet points of all the data from that quarter. They said, okay, make me a presentation based off of this data. It, boom, went into Google Slides, made a whole presentation with a bunch of graphs and charts and other things explaining all the data that, they could then go and bring back to their team or their department and share. Really, really powerful stuff, being able to integrate all of these different elements of the Google suite into one place. So I think really, really cool. This is, I think, particularly useful for people who, if you're joining a meeting late, you can really quickly catch up. They have a summary so far feature. So if you're like 10 minutes late to a meeting, you can get a summary of what's happened so far. A lot of really cool features. Okay, but the one that I thought was absolutely crazy is Duet AI's new Attend For Me option. So if you don't want to go to a meeting because you're super busy, it essentially allows the AI to join the meeting on your behalf. It can deliver your message to the meeting attendees while also giving you a recap of everything that happened in the meeting, everything that people said. Obviously, this is probably more for a meeting, and I've been in many of those in my career where, I go to the department, I present my findings on some certain thing, people just need to know, and then I move on. Now, this doesn't really work very great if you have like stuff to present and there's a discussion and a conversation around it. But if people are like, just want your info so they can make the decision, this makes perfect sense. It'll save you a meeting, save you time. I love this concept. I know there's going to be a lot of people that don't like this because it makes you feel even further removed maybe from your coworkers if you're working remote or whatever. But honestly, like, this thing is saving you time. I love the concept of sending an AI to a meeting for me. I don't have to go. It gives me a recap after. That sounds, really great. So Duet AI is also integrating with Google Meet right now, like I mentioned before. And so it offers features like dynamic tiles and face detection that add your name to your video title in a meeting room. It also augments, or it pretty much auto-generates captions that are translated in real time across 18 different languages, which is really, really cool, right? So you could be having a meeting, and if they're speaking another language, it's just like live pulling up captions for what they're saying. That's awesome. And I think the AI's capabilities kind of extend to, or like essentially they're trying to enhance Google Meet's studio look, lighting, and sound. So they have this like feature where essentially you can turn it on, and a lot of other people, like Zoom's already doing this too, right? But essentially it makes you look better using AI. It makes your camera look better. It makes your lighting look better, all that kind of stuff, which, it can be good, but I also think there's only so much AI can do sometimes when your camera's really bad or your lighting's really bad, but they have some cool stuff they're doing there. I think the capabilities of Duet AI aren't really confined just to meetings alone. The AI assistant can also generate presentations using text, charts, image sources from your Google Drive and Gmail. And I think for Google Chat users, the experience just got a lot smarter with Duet AI. Essentially, they refreshed the interface. They're now featuring new shortcuts and enhanced searches. They also allow you to directly interact with Duet AI in a ChatGPT style kind of conversation. You can also ask the AI assistant to summarize documents, catch up on missed conversations, and a lot more. I think the search function has kind of been reimagined to leverage AI offerings. You can do like keyword highlighting and intelligent search suggestions, a whole bunch of new things that were not possible before. So in addition, Google Workspace users can now draft more personalized email replies in Gmail with a simple tap thanks to Duet AI's enhanced Smart Reply feature. Google's also collaborating with organizations like Typeface and Jasper to explore the application of generative AI in creating personalized content in Workspace. So I think there definitely are a lot of privacy concerns related to the use of Duet AI, but I think a lot of them have also been addressed by Google when they said that all interactions will stay within an organization and will abide by existing workplace protections. They said, quote, "No other user will see your data, and Google does not use your data to train our models without your permission." I think with Google Workspace having now, I think it's over 3 billion users and more than 10 million paying customers, I think the rollout of Duet AI could have some pretty big implications. While the pricing details for smaller companies haven't actually been finalized yet, I think enterprises can expect to pay around $30 a month per seat. So it's going to be interesting to see if that becomes any cheaper for smaller organizations or what the price point looks like there. All in all, a bunch of amazing features. And I think the cool thing here is, Google's really just getting started. They're going to continue to integrate some really incredible AI features in the future. And so this is something I'll be very keen to follow.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
Thank you for listening to the AI Chat Podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, I'd appreciate it if you rate me wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're looking for an innovative group of AI enthusiasts, make sure you check out our Discord channel and also our Facebook community. It's obviously a lot more interactive than a podcast where we can actually share software tools, prompts that we're using in everyday AI. I'll leave a link for those in the description below.